In the past few episodes, we've covered many aspects of the LGBT community and the challenges it has faced. The conclusion: things are getting much, much better for LGBT students, athletes, teens, and overall members of the community. But there is one challenge that nearly every member of the community must face: the challenge of coming out. Coming out is an extremely central concept of LGBT culture and life. The idea of making it out of the closet as openly gay, bisexual, transgender, or whatever one's identity may be is often daunting. However, coming out is a pivotal moment and can often change a life for the better. A study by the Human Rights Campaign on coming out shows that teens are considerably more likely to be happy or content after coming out to their immediate family. Research from the University of Tel Aviv shows that the age most LGBT teens come out has dramatically shifted from age 25 to age 16, a sure sign that LGBT teens are feeling more comfortable in their communities. More than half of LGBT teens have come out to their schools and families. LGBT teens are also more likely to come out while part of a school group, like the GSAs mentioned in episode 1. The elevated percentage of openly out teens hints at a huge positive shift in LGBT acceptance, which is fantastic. Coming out is an event that takes a huge amount of courage and motivation.
When I was younger, I always told myself this narrative of like Prince Charming. When I first kind of realized that I don't like guys romantically that much, then I'm like lying in bed going, I don't want Prince Charming.
Unfortunately, this momentous occasion is not always positively met. Coming out, beneficial though it may be, also imposes a sudden exposure that can be harmful to teens and adults alike.
It's tough to be in a separated, in a rural place with a very conservative community. I think it'd be really hard.
I knew 2 people who committed suicide in middle school.
According to a study by the Human Rights Campaign, over half of openly LGBT teens have been harassed and called anti-gay slurs after coming out to their families. This is reflected in school. Teens who have come out report experiencing more verbal abuse from their peers and classmates.
You could potentially be kicked out onto the streets and be permanently disowned.
31% of teens say they will be treated differently or judged after coming out, expressing sentiments like, "I'm scared of not being accepted and treated differently, and I don't know if I'm strong enough to deal with all the hate yet," and "I'm not out to teachers because I think they're going to treat me different from everyone else." Fears and experiences like this make coming out even harder than it already is, and those fears are often justified in school and at home. Luckily, there are solutions to these challenges. As mentioned in previous episodes, education is an incredibly crucial component in increasing acceptance of and in the LGBT community. However, we need to extend beyond education and create a safe atmosphere for LGBT teens in schools. We should encourage teachers to create safe, accepting environments for their students, and encourage students to be more accepting of their peers.
I had a colleague once, Madeline Reynolds, who now teaches abroad, but she really made an effort to make sentences and stories and examples that had, multiracial, same-sex couples, things like that.
Respect is a hugely important component of making LGBT students feel more comfortable, and this respect is being cultivated in school policies, like the ones mentioned in the last episode. Overall, we are making excellent progress in cultivating a greater understanding and acceptance of the LGBT community, and progress will continue in future years as my generation moves from high school to college and onward into life. Acceptance is an incredibly central part of coming out. Once anyone in the LGBT community is out, they've exposed themselves to countless potential threats. However, this exposure also brings opportunity for healing and growth. If anyone faces adversity after coming out, finding acceptance is hugely important to recovering from obstacles.
It's okay to open up to your friends about your gender and or sexual orientation. It's not easy, but once you start to accept yourself as who you are, it gets better along the way.
Whether it be in a school club, on a sports team, within yourself, or anywhere else, acceptance is incredibly important and extremely beneficial throughout life, regardless of gender, sexuality, race, or anything such.